Mr. Beast, aka Jimmy Donaldson, has been taking over the YouTube scene since dropping his first video in 2012. While he may have started with video game walkthroughs, he's now considered the greatest YouTuber of all time, and he's in need of a serious attitude adjustment according to these celebs. Welcome to Beyond the Screen. I'm Nate, and today we're breaking down the top 10 celebrities who tried to cancel Mr. Beast. Number 10, Gordon Ramsay. Gordon wants to know two things. Number 1, why is Mr. Beast so famous? And number 2, where's the lamb sauce? Head chef and culinary icon Gordon Ramsay has been known for his short temper and his attitude in the kitchen, but according to many YouTubers, he's actually a sweetheart to most. He's collaborated with several YouTube stars over the years, but most recently, he actually made a cameo appearance on one of Mr. Beast's videos in which he builds a real-life chocolate factory and had contestants compete in challenges to win the property. The final challenge involved the contestants competing in a cooking competition to be judged by Gordon Ramsay. The goal was to create the ultimate dessert, but the reality was that the 3 random people who were cooking him food did not possess the skills to deliver something that Gordon Ramsay would call good. During the segment involving Ramsay, Jimmy asked the chef if he would like to taste the difference between his own chocolate bar, Mr. Feastables, and a $1,000 chocolate bar. Ramsay kept face and told him that the Feastables were better, but it was later revealed that Gordon dreaded his time with the crew. Not only was he forced to try terrible desserts for clout, but he was made to be a laughingstock for the channel rather than a proper respected guest. He was also so confused as to the logistics of the episode that he was filming. How do you give someone an entire business? Number 9. Logan Paul. Logan Paul almost canceled himself in the mid-2010s after posting a video of himself and his crew exploring a famous forest in Japan. If you know, you know. Since then, he was able to scrape together a loyal fan base and has returned into the mainstream thanks to his successful YouTube podcast, as well as his current role as a wrestler in the WWE. While discussing various topics with his guests and fellow YouTuber Lazarbeam on an episode, they began to discuss the editing process of content creation. Lazarbeam claimed that it was becoming increasingly difficult to secure reliable editors for his team, because a little over a year ago, one of his most trusted editors was poached by Mr. Beast. The revelation prompted Logan to also share his story of poaching mayhem, claiming that Jimmy stole his top editor Hayden, who according to Logan is one of the finest editors YouTube has to offer. While they were upset at the moves made by Mr. Beast to steal their employees, they have nothing but love and respect towards those who took the gig, claiming that the chance to work for Mr. Beast and his team was probably the honor of a lifetime. Gracious, but chock full of shade. Hey man, we get it. He's the most famous YouTuber there is and has ever been. If he asked me to shine his shoes for a living, I'd quit my job today. Number 8. Dwayne Johnson. Can you smell the trash that he's cooking? Dwayne Johnson started his career in the WWE when he was just 25, thanks to his father, Rocky, getting him an audition. Since then, he made a name for himself in the wrestling world and has moved on to greener pastures, becoming one of the most bankable stars in Hollywood. His movies almost always make their budgets back and then some, but one of his most recent big budget bombs was DC's Black Adam movie, starring The Rock as the titular character. At the premiere for the film, Mr. Beast and his crew appeared at the red carpet, first as fans, but soon as competitors. Dwayne and Jimmy clashed on the red carpet, prompting Dwayne to challenge him to a little game of rock, paper, scissors. In order to test his true charitable nature, The Rock made a wager. The loser had to donate 100 grand to any charity of the winner's choosing. Dwayne, of course, beat Jimmy, who was forced to make the donation. During the interaction, The Rock is notably in acting mode, overly emoting, and appearing to almost know that he was going to win. Is The Rock secretly a psychological mastermind? No, he's probably not. Number 7, Leonardo DiCaprio. Leo and Mr. Beast actually met quite some time ago, but he's not allowed to talk about it. The environmentalist and Oscar winner first mentioned Mr. Beast in a tweet from 2019. Leo was discussing a documentary he was in the process of piecing together, involving celebrities focused on changing the world. One of Mr. Beast's main draws is that he donates a lot to those in needs. He hands money out to people on the streets, he pays for people to have houses and cars, and he's even cured 1,000 people of blindness for a video. Just think about that last one for a minute though. This guy is capable of giving people the gift of sight, and he's chosen to only do it one time. Like, hey man, people are blind all the time, maybe just open a clinic or something. Apparently a year later, Jimmy and his team ran into Leo at a very private and exclusive event in Los Angeles, but following both their interaction and the event itself, Jimmy was forced to maintain an air of secrecy around the interaction. We can only imagine how awkward he must be in real life to have Leonardo DiCaprio be like, oh, No thanks. Number 6. Tom Cruise. The Hollywood hit maker and franchise ender Tom Cruise has been existing in a cozy little pocket of comfort as the star of the popular spy series Mission Impossible since the first film's release in 1996. While Tom may have dominated the acting world for quite some time, he's not nearly as recognizable as YouTube legend Mr. Beast. Last summer, a content creator took to the streets to play a game with the public. Who do you recognize first? He would show people a photo of Tom Cruise and Mr. Beast, and the results were astonishing. It would appear that the 161 million subscribers on his channel are more than just a number, as 10 of the 16 people stopped on the street were able to recognize Jimmy instantly. And that was only 16 people. Like, imagine if they had gone around the city for 3 days straight. There is a really solid chance that they would have received those 161 votes. The news that Mr. Beast outranks Tom as the most recognizable face in Hollywood has not set well with the mummy man. He took to Twitter to express his disappointment in people these days, claiming that a man handing out earbuds on YouTube should not be considered to be a higher caliber than the man behind Jerry Maguire. Ooh. Needless to say, the social media community jumped to the defense of Mr. Beast. Who knows, maybe perhaps they'll boycott the new Mission Impossible in spite. At least if nobody shows up to the premiere, we'll know why. Number 5. Elon Musk. I want to start off by saying, if you haven't listened to Elon Musk talk about his plans for the future, oh my god, go find some of that content, it's fantastic. Elon may be known as the brains behind the battery-powered tech giant Tesla, but did you know that he's actually a big fan of social media? In case it wasn't obvious from the fact that Elon actually owns Twitter, he has been an advocate for sharing information in a way that benefits all and helps heal the planet. These claims, despite the fact that if a Tesla car stops working, it just stops. That's it. You can't recycle them or anything or reuse them. So one day there's just gonna be like a small island floating in the ocean that's made of nothing but Tesla batteries and old flamethrowers. Elon first crossed paths with Mr. Beast on Twitter after they had jokingly began a tweet war in which Mr. Beast was attempting to purchase Twitter from Elon. It culminated in the two calling the whole thing just a bit of good fun, but the reality was that Elon was very interested in unloading the media giant into Jimmy's lap. He claimed that a man with such a following on a platform like YouTube would be a no-brainer to take the place of Twitter CEO. But of course, if Jimmy said yes, then his YouTube channel may cease to exist. And where would that leave all of us, Elon, huh? If that happens, I may never be one of the millions of subscribers to possibly be brought in to do a video, you know? Why don't you want me to win money, man? Number 4, Guy Fieri. He showed us the world's most famous diners, drive-ins, and dives, and entertained us with his kitchen antics and spiky blonde hair from the moment that he first appeared on our screens. When Mr. Beast announced that his new ghost kitchen called Beast Burger was opening up, Guy decided to capitalize on the hype and open up his own kitchen called Guy's Flavortown Kitchen. Now, the concept of a ghost kitchen involves a small mom-and-pop shop opting to sell products under the Beast name. While they may be called Beast Burgers, they're not really made by one specific company like McDonald's or Wendy's, meaning that the quality is either incredible or it's just bleh. While Guy has never called out Jimmy, he has mentioned that his restaurant is focused on more quality rather than name recognition. Guy partnered with several chefs that he's worked with in the past as a food show host. This felt like a solid bit of shade, as Jimmy arguably started the trend of ghost kitchens and therefore is forced to take some responsibility when it comes to the quality control. I don't know if you've seen a Beast Burger, but they look gross. Number 3, Roman Reigns. For those who aren't familiar with the company World Wrestling Entertainment, allow me to educate you for a brief moment. The WWE has been around since the television was a massive box with a tiny little screen on it and some dials next to it. The company has been providing entertainment to the world in the form of high-flying, gravity-defying matches where 2 or more competitors duke it out for titles, and the majority of the time, bragging rights. Roman Reigns was first introduced onto the scene in 2012 as a member of the tag team The Shield. He was quickly painted as a villain, but he has gone on to have a long and successful career, currently holding the title of Undisputed Universal Champion, which is a pretty big deal in that industry. One fellow wrestler is Logan Paul, a former YouTube celebrity and all-around just controversy machine. He's been involved with the WWE for a couple of years now, but in a recent dispute with Roman Reigns, the name Mr. Beast was brought up in the ring. Roman was claiming that Logan would be the last YouTuber around who would ever join the WWE ever again. The likes of Mr. Beast and PewDiePie would never dare to step foot in the ring, clearly possessing more common sense than Logan. Following an episode of the weekly program Monday Night Raw, Roman shed his character and got candid as himself for a brief breakdown on the night. When asked about bringing up Jimmy by his YouTube handle, he claimed that he was just an example that he was using as a popular YouTube star that should never quit doing that job for a career in wrestling, then claiming that he had never actually watched any of his content. Mr. Beast responded to the comments in the ring with a simple gulp emoji, and I think I would have just passed out on instinct. Number 2, Good Mythical Morning. Morning. Good Mythical Morning is a series on YouTube hosted by lifelong friends Rhett and Link. The show tends to focus on the pair tasting various food items in different games. Sometimes they throw darts at a map on the world to guess where the food they just ate is from, but notably, they've begun inviting celebrity guests to appear during segments and joining them on the show. One name that fans are surprised has not popped up on the channel yet is Mr. Beast. With the release of Jimmy's chocolate brand Feastables, as well as his collaboration with local restaurants across the states to create that takeout-only meal Beast Burger, you would think that it would be a no-brainer to invite the most successful YouTuber onto their show to do like the best chocolate bar taste test or something in that realm. But the truth is, the team behind Good Mythical Morning want nothing to do with Mr. Beast or his channel for the simple reason that his involvement with their content could cause a massive uptick in their views per minute algorithm, leaving them with an impossible expectation to maintain those numbers. While their move is one more of financial caution rather than hate towards Jimmy, these channels never collaborating together is a devastating blow to the YouTube community. Who knows, maybe one day Jimmy will just like buy YouTube and give everyone a raise, then that won't be a problem. At number 1, Tiffany Ferguson. Mr. Beast's style of content has certainly played the most significant role in his success. While his content may be boring or taken in a different light when edited poorly, Jimmy's channel is aimed at creating high-quality, colorful videos that are filled with quick cuts to keep the audience interested in what he has to say. Tiffany is a fellow YouTuber, and while she only sits at roughly 700,000 subscribers, she has been a very public advocate against Mr. Beast and what he is technically teaching to his audience. She claims that his more charitable videos, in which he specifically donates money or properties, is just a continuation of a long-standing tradition amongst the elite. Think of a charity telethon. It's a program where celebrities encourage you to give to a cause, often in some pretty spectacular ways. The question that lingers around those programs is, would these celebrities even care if there wasn't a camera in their face? She asked her fans if they truly believe that Jimmy is a person who enjoys giving rather than someone who's taking advantage of how good it makes them look. Regardless of what the cause is, the content engages and encourages people to be active in the charity scene, so that can't be that bad. While this may not always be taken like it should, a la people walking up to substance addicts and being like, hey, here's 20 bucks, proof is in the pudding, as Jimmy is currently the most subscribed YouTuber of all time, and it doesn't look like that's going anywhere anytime soon. Those are the celebs who have tried to cancel Mr. Beast. What's your biggest beef with the Beast? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for tuning in to Beyond the Screen today. Be sure to come back every day for more celebrity content, and we'll see you next time.